So my kids were getting a little tired of scrambled eggs every morning, and so I figured out how to make pancakes that are 100% GAPS diet legal, that have no grains in them, and my kids love it. So let me show you how I make them. So before we dive into these pancakes, and before my kids dove into these themselves, they had to finish their morning Meatstock. If Meatstock is something you're hoping to make a part of your gut health routine, go ahead and check out my free cheat sheet that you can download below. So for this GAPS diet-friendly pancake recipe, it just requires 3 ingredients: eggs, raw honey, and cinnamon. Let's briefly go over the steps for this recipe. First, we're going to separate the egg whites from the yolks. We're going to beat the egg whites to stiff peaks, mix the honey and cinnamon into egg yolks, and then finally fold the egg yolks into the egg whites before cooking it on our cast iron pan. Okay, so the first step is to separate the egg whites from the egg yolks, and we have done that now. Your egg whites need to be in a nice big bowl, and all we're gonna do now is whip that up until it is come to what it's called stiff peaks. So for this part, you're going to just let your beater be on the highest setting, and you're going to let it go until, as you can see here, I'm trying to lift up and show that the egg whites come up into a peak, and the peak is stiff. And so that's how you know. Another test is you can hold the bowl upside down over your head, but this is actually so many egg whites that most of the time it doesn't fall down. But one time it did fall on my son's head, so I don't do that test anymore. We'll just say good enough. Now the amount of honey and cinnamon that you add is totally up to you, how sweet you want it and how cinnamony you want it. So just do it to taste, try it out. So now we're going to be folding the egg yolks into the egg whites. Make sure for this step that you do it pretty gently, just because you don't want to knock all of the air out of the egg yolks. You want it to keep it nice and fluffy. Make sure you also put plenty of butter on your cast iron pan. So I'm not super careful with how I scoop these on. I just use a metal spoon. I try to keep them a little bit smaller just because they're easier to flip if you keep the pancakes a smaller size. Also, I love this spatula that I have. I think the brand is OXO, O-X-O, but it's super, what's the word? It is very thin so that it's easy to flip things that are delicate like these pancakes. All right, so we're ready to serve these up. Let's see what the kiddos think. These pancakes are perfect, except my only problem with these pancakes is underestimating how many my kids will eat. They absolutely devour them every time. Comment below if you think your kids would enjoy these too. If you learned something of value from this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more GAPS-friendly meals. And don't forget to grab your free Meatstock cheat sheet from the link in the description to help kickstart your morning routine. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. God bless.